Sorry, I know the audio is working. I just needed to find my glasses first. Because I turned on my stuff before I put on my glasses. Hi, Mom! Okay. I am sorry, I did things a little out of order today. My apartment is in quite a state right now. My TV is actually really far away from me now. I'm on one wall, my TV's on the other. My wife and I are rearranging our apartment, and unfortunately my office is in a weird state, but me and her swapped desks, so I actually have a much larger one, and that allowed me to move some other things, and while if you were to look at it, you go, what a frickin' nightmare! Another way to look at it is, wow, I've actually got a lot more square footage in my office now. I learned a lesson about it. I was trying to make it so that I could use my computer. Let me rewind a little bit. I have both a couch and a desk with an office chair. I was trying to make it so that my TV was visible from both, and that was just not working. And the big problem being I would have to turn the TV, and I made that overly complicated too, which is hilarious considering that it's on a stand. So I have given up on that, which means now I've got a big long folding table with my computer on it, and then I've got a little tiny desk I can dedicate to just paperwork type stuff, which sadly happens too often. So that landed in me moving a couple of things, which meant I could move my TV back, and yeah, it's like when I've got some time to finally finish all this stuff, it'll be great. So here we are, right back from where we were last time, and I'm going from memory here, but I believe what happened was I had caused some trouble, paid off a bounty, and now I'm here, and I believe there's some stuff. I don't think I had anything in particular I was dying to do. I went up here to try to find what's-his-face, but he's not there, so I'm not going to worry too much about that right now, but I do have a couple of missions I can do down here. I really want to see that Tesla thing, but I think the game is like, no, screw you. We're going to do our stuff first. So, letter, oh, okay. Hosea. Oh, Hosea looks the most interesting. I don't have an objective reason for thinking that. Hang on, I wear really thick glasses. My lenses aren't, but my frames are. And that plus the headphones is a little obnoxious. I got the prime parking spot there. Look at that. Okay. So, back to the camp. I think I'm just going to leave that horse on that pelt on my horse's butt because it just looks nice. Shire would appreciate that. Puppy dog. Oh, I might as well get some catfish rolling here. Way to go, horse. I did not have any fingers on any buttons or anything, and my horse is just like, I'm going to run into this house. Believe it or not, the horses have a brake button. Which actually makes some sense, but I don't know.
Hey there.
I haven't actually played GTA in a while.
Back from home?
Hello, sir.
How do you do, sir?
Gentlemen.
But I still think it's funny how similar the controls are.
Now, how can I ease your troubles?
I want food.
Why, hello there, sir.
I just heard some noise. I'm gonna go
Can I
check
take
on
the
that.
catfish, please?
Be right back.
15.
I'll stand.
I'm back. My wife spilled a cup full of pencils, and that made an amazing amount of noise.
Wolf that down.
Okay, so I had my catfish. Oh, I can do a nap. Why not? Okay, let's go ahead and do. Oh, wait, no. I want no.
That beast of a nag changed owners again.
I want to
Folk
get a
keep trying to tame
bath,
it, but it
and I want to
keeps
get a
throwing
room.
'em.
Can I get a room, please?
Okay, so I will head up here. I gotta get my forehead kiss.
Hello. Hey, mister.
Sorry, buddy. That's the problem with being a cyborg from the future. I don't get my directives in a timely manner.
Hello. Well, hello there.
Did my character say hi or not?
Some dead man kicked.
Okay, scrub head. Scrub.
Need someone to take over in there?
Yes, please. Yes.
Ah, sounds good. Yeah, thanks.
Trust me, you won't regret it.
Okay. As long as I get that forehead kiss in the end, I think we'll be good.
If it gets cold on you, holler.
Okay. And then we'll do the right arm.
You'll be cleaned up in no time.
Oh, I'm glad of this. It's been a hard few days.
That's so.
Can I get my left leg, please?
Ah, I do not like getting older.
That's for certain.
Okay, can I have my right leg, please?
So, how are you doing?
And if you see any bubbles rise, that's the soap.
Oh, you know, not much to fuss about.
They always make that chiming sound right when she's at the good part. Alright.
Alright, I think that should do it.
Sweet.
It was lovely to meet you.
I think my complex should offer this service. Do. I like how I can holler at the bartender from up here. Let's see. Ah.
Hello there.
I was hoping I could order my food from the stairwell, but I guess not. You're right, she does resemble that photo.
How do you do?
I still maintain it looked a little like Carrie Fisher, though. My mom sent me a photo this weekend of a woman dressed similarly to the woman that helped us in the bath. And it's funny, when I saw the photo, I actually thought it was a behind-the-scenes Star Wars photo of Carrie Fisher. And the reason I think that is I have a friend who has actually a pretty impressive collection of photos from her you're unlikely to have ever seen, and they're just candid. I mean, it's like how people today use their smartphones to take random selfies and stuff. People were doing that with cameras for a very long time, and so he's got a nice little stash of these black and white photos that they're not staged in any way. It's just more like, hey, we're hanging out, and somebody decided to grab the camera and snap a photo. And for some reason, that photo my mom sent me of that young lady looks like it belongs in that collection. I feel like if I showed you 10 of those photos and just slipped that one in the middle, you'd go, yeah, that could be her. Probably a rap party or something. Ah! Wait, I paid for a room. I didn't sleep. I forgot to sleep. I'm gonna laugh if I lost that. like, oh no, I forgot my room. In theory, though, it should still work. Wow, it didn't feel like I'd gone that far away, but now that I'm trying to get my way back, it's like, how long was I riding before I noticed that? This is an interesting quirk in this game, by the way. I have no idea how this will play out. Either I paid for the room and I'm gonna get it, right? Or as soon as I walked away from it, it reset it. Every year that goes by, the latter situation is less likely. But on the other hand, these games really have to manage their memory. So it could... Oh, that was not what I intended to do, but glad I got to look stupid in front of everybody and get called out for it. Okay, let's see if my room is still available. Yeah, I think I lost it. I think I gave the guy a buck for no reason. Yep. Okay. Well, it cleared as soon as I walked away.
How can I help you?
Can I get a room for tonight, please?
It's ready for you now. Do it. See you next time.
In a way, that's my own fault. That's one of those things where if it were real life, it actually would have. They would have been like, "Yeah, you paid for it. Go enjoy." I'll give him until morning. Yeah, that's the problem with computer games. Out of sight, out of mind. Now, I will say with Grand Theft Auto and related games, and I do consider this a game related to Grand Theft Auto, if anything, because it's clearly the same engine, right? This game goes back to when machines had 8 megabytes of memory. Is that true? Maybe it was 32. In any event, I'm pretty sure this machine has something like 8,000 megabytes of memory, if that gives you an idea. So there's a huge difference, right? So somewhere the machine has to remember, hey, Brian paid for this, right? And so somewhere it has to clear it because that memory needs to be available for other stuff, right? And even though that one particular little variable is very inexpensive, even in the original PlayStation 2 era, I do feel like what they've done is they've set it up so that stuff can easily be broomed out.
Excuse me, pardon. Good morning to you.
I would use the term garbage collection. That may not quite be the right term, but if you think of it more of a metaphor than as a literal thing, then it makes some sense. They would make it so that whenever that saloon despawns, right, to clear it, that's probably in the list of things to clear out. So I'm not actually surprised that it did that, but it also wouldn't be a surprise if in the next game it actually it does go ahead and remember that, because I think every few games they start it over and say, okay, we've got a brand new console, this is the minimum that this game's going to run on, and it's generous enough with the memory that we can do that. I can tell you, in Grand Theft Auto, I had a player really get mad at me once because he thought I'd done something to him, you know, like I'd targeted him, and that's not what happened, and I was able to smooth it over with him. Somebody had an expensive vehicle that was equipped with landmines, right? And you leave these in the middle of the street, and they detonate based on proximity, right? If somebody's chasing you, that is awesome, because you're dropping bombs behind you that they might run over. So I took a nice little joyride. I successfully killed this guy and stole his vehicle. So I was running around. I'd never used this before, so I kept hitting the button and dropping bombs all over the place. 10 minutes later, when I was in a very different part of the map, in fact, I hadn't even been oot and a boot in a while. Huh.
It's me, Arthur.
Oh yeah. I forgot I'd upgraded my camp, and that included some extra doohickeys like this thing. It remembered that I dropped a mine, and somebody found it, and it killed him, and it said, hey, this guy killed you. So he sends me a message, he's like, what'd you do that for? And I'm like, I haven't dropped any weapons in a long time, I don't know what you're talking about. And I didn't think about it till later. What's this, horse station? I didn't think about it till later Oh. I don't know why it asked me to do that. Oh, here we go. Oh, cool! I can get my horse face back. Okay. Remember when I went through and bought all those upgrades? That's what that is. I'll check on my stats, make sure we're all good. But yeah. When I dropped those weapons, it certainly remembered those and did not despawn them. But I don't think that's the same thing as visiting these places in the game. It's all a question of priorities. Like, is it a priority that a player can rent a room in a hotel and not have to pay for it to get until he's used it? If they made that a priority, that'd be not a problem. But I think what they did is they just have a general policy. So when I walk away from this house, the game doesn't need to draw it anymore, so it can flush its memory and use that memory for other stuff. And I've talked that particular topic to death. I'm sorry. I just, I liked it that kind of went my way to prove my point. Otherwise, it would be silly if I'd gone back in there and be like, hey, still here. Okay, do I need to donate? No, but I need to find the ledger. Is this where the pot is? Ooh. But what I want is what's in the stew. I don't want canned salmon. Nom 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 nom. This is where I was. Oh, what time is it? In the morning, I assume? Okay. Apparently, I got here really early in the morning.
There he is. Good morning, Arthur.
Hey, dude. Chickens! Your mobile chicken mobile. He's a Dominique chicken. Okay. See how that roof sags a little bit? Oh, I love whoever did that. Although, I think they overboarded it just a little. I would have cut that sag in half. But then again, depends on how old they're saying that is. If they're saying that thing is 10 years old, I don't think that's 10 years old, though. I think that's been out in the weather for like a year. Anyway. Everybody's an art director, right? Okay. I don't want to talk to that person yet. Eventually I will. Oh. There's a money icon. It's telling me to go
Good morning,
upstairs.
You
Hello.
okay, boy? Sure is nice seeing the kid back around.
I'm sorry. That was a lack of decorum.
All in the past now.
I was saying hi to her, but he was targeting the dog that was really far away. And so, can you imagine doing that to somebody for real? And to be perfectly honest, I could see myself doing that at work. Because we have dogs at work once in a while. If I haven't already done the, hello, oh wait, there's a dog over here, I will at some point. And the good news is, my coworkers have a sense of humor about that. I do have a, there's a doggy, reputation at work. Hey, buddy. I'm sad to say we've changed offices at work, and the doggy at the other office didn't come with. That doggy was a little bit afraid of me, but thought I was fun to play with. Oh.
Morning, Arthur.
Hello, Miss O'Shea.
That's not where you slept, is it? Because, like, there's a whole floor. Oh yeah, we finally got my projector to full size.
Going to get up?
See, this guy's got the right idea. He's not going to get stepped on. He's not going to get kicked.
Damn it, Arthur. Let me sleep.
Wait a minute. Considering how much this trouble this asshole's put me through. Hi. Wait, I need to wake him up and defuse him. Hang on.
I'm sleeping, Arthur.
Come on, light up. Light up. Ah. Boo.
Hey there.
Hi. Why can't I target her? There we go. Can't even defuse him. Let me try waking him up. Let's see.
Damn drunk.
Okay, fine. I have a theory that cats, even though they sleep all the time, don't actually mind being woken up, especially if you wake them up and give them scritches. I think instead of going, "Ack, I was asleep," I think they're going, "Well, I could go back to sleep, but at least I didn't miss that scritching." Yeah, cats and humans are very different animals. Ah, I've got the awesome room. Look, I've got the creek view, and I don't have any pesky glass getting in the way of it. Neat.
My dear Arthur,
Oh dear.
I hope this letter finds you well. I wanted to thank you for your help with Jamie. He and Daddy are still arguing, but I understand that Jamie is thinking about going back to college.
Is this the guy
Whatever
that
happens,
I saved
I
from the
believe
cult?
you saved his life, and we are all truly grateful. Oh, Arthur, I have made such a mess of my life, time and again. Why can I not change and be the woman I want to be? Why couldn't you
Be
change?
all
and
that
be
you
a
can
man and
be.
put down all those fantasies that shroud your judgment. Life is very confusing, and I see now that I'm not very good at it. I'm afraid we've got ourselves into another mess. It's not my fault, but I need your help.
No, it's not
I'm
my
staying
fault.
at the Hotel Grand in Saint Denis.
Am
Oh,
I
Arthur,
going back to Sandy?
I know it is wrong to ask you, but I have nobody else, and for what we once had together, I beg of you, even though I am ashamed to do so. Yours, Mary.
Uh-huh. Is that pointing at my bed? Oh, I can shave. Trim. Do 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 do. Boop. And nope, I like it. Maybe a little. I still got quite a haircut. Kind of like the workbench here. I'm gonna not take this stuff, and there's actually a very specific reason for it. Because I'm not running out of stuff, I actually like leaving a little bit of room to pick up stuff, because I will tell you, one thing that has been driving me crazy is when I can't pick something up and, like, I'm scanning the room, and actually getting it out of the way would be fine, you know? If there was a way to just make it disappear or quit telling me about it, that would do me just as much good.
All right.
Hey, John.
Good morning, Arthur. Look out, Marston.
Jeepers, dude. My character's rude. That's why I like my online character, Daryl. He doesn't talk. Huh. Actually, you know what that kind of reminds me of? I remember one day when I was driving home, I saw a huge mattress, like either a queen or a king, left on a sidewalk, right? And just abandoned there. And the next day I saw a homeless guy sleeping on it. And now I don't want to make fun, and I'm not trying to make fun here, but it did kind of look like that guy was getting the best sleep he'd had in a long time. There was something kind of nice about that. I hate when people do things that leave mattresses out. They're hard to dispose of. I just kind of wonder if they intended for that. Okay, there is something. I want to reemphasize I'm not making fun of the homeless fellow. It's just it was an interesting. I think I'm just gonna quit talking because I'm gonna say something stupid. It did look like that guy was having an unexpectedly good night. That's all I was trying to say. Something kind of cheerful about that.
Hosea?
Hey, Arthur.
That looks great. I love how the lights lighting up his earlobes. Look at his ears.
We're doing
That's
this?
Oh,
great.
yeah. Old friend Dutch Van der Linde's finally showing his true colors. Social climbing.
Old Senor Bronte, that horrendous snake, has invited us to the ball, Cinderella. So my suggestion is we go and get you a gown.
You son of a bitch.
Whoa. The red nose wasn't working there. I love how much the technology has improved to give characters things like translucent skin, but it is kind of funny when the shader it has to take some shortcuts, otherwise it would take too much processing power to do. And that guy's ear looked great, but his nose didn't.
We are ridiculous. Utterly.
I ain't never been to a ball in my life.
Nor have I, if I am being honest.
I used to quite often. There can be fine pickets.
No pickpocketing. We are here to make
Are they
real
smoking inside of there? Where are they getting the
I don't know. We'll find what we can. All I know
see how the
for sure
light
is
beam's
we're
visible?
going to a party at the mayor's house, and the guest of honor is the worst crook in town.
By the way, that
I'm
glove
sure
looks
that we will
great.
find something.
Okay.
They did a nice job
Gentlemen,
on this. It's
Luca.
beautiful.
I'm
Whoa!
afraid the mayor does not allow guns at official functions.
Top hats in
after
Red
last
Dead
year's
just spawn
incident.
in. You don't go beep and it expands out. It just boink turns on.
Luca here will take you to Mr. Bronte. I believe he is expecting
You saw that too, right?
Follow me, gentlemen. This way, please, gentlemen.
Ooh, they have
Senor
Malibu
Bronte
lights.
will
Look
be
at
so
that.
pleased that you made it.
We are honored to be here.
That's wonderful, wonderful. Come, this way. What a beautiful evening it shall be. Mr. Bronte is a very good friends with
They did a nice job on the radial brick pattern there.
Senor Napoli. As long as the
Harder to
man
do in
keeps
CG
himself,
than
you
you'd
know,
expect.
Mr. Bronte, he has that thing, you know, respect.
The bricks are curved, but the grout in between them isn't. So that you have to figure out how to do both.
We'll meet you out back after we pay our respects to Senor
Although if they did
Bronte.
it as a 2D thing instead of a 3D thing, that might actually be pretty easy. I don't know. Couldn't tell you. Oh, look at that. I love how I'm just appreciating the aesthetic and not the graphical quality of it. Like, this has gotten so good that now I'm like, okay, is this tasteful? Like, I love how they have the cooler, outdoorsy looking lights here. That's great. I don't have it in me to design something like this, so when I see somebody else execute it really well...
Hey there.
Whoops. Apparently I'm not allowed to run around in here. Kudos to whoever the set designer is on this project, by the way. This feels like... I totally feel like somebody living in this house made the decision to look like this, and... That's cool! That is really cool! I love the 3D painting, it just has a light on it. That's... Oh man, I love that. I wonder if that's based on something, or if somebody just said, you know, I bet you somebody would create this. This is making me want to get my 3D printer running again. I was literally waiting for you.
Ah, the angry cowboys, you've arrived. And you've washed per la prima volta questo mese, senza dubbio.
This is quite a party you've invited us to.
Yes, quite something. Although I'm not quite sure what.
So, this is Saint Denis High Society.
Yes, apparently so.
And all these people, these are friends of yours, Senor Bronte?
No, not quite, not quite. But they certainly are afraid of me.
By the way, one little bit of sleight of hand that happened here.
That wretch, he's the
Whoa! The Haunted Mansion ghosts are here too.
You'll do anything for $1, and I mean anything.
That was a good character moment.
Foul business.
Oh, and that one too. That is Alberto Fusar. He owns a sugar
How can you
plantation
tell?
on the island, and he comes here to whore and despoil himself. Oh, and that is Hobart Crawley. Confederate major in the
Do they mean the
war.
glass or the guy's crotch?
Hero, they say, but this is his very young wife. I mean, a young mistress, that's the natural order of things, yes, but a young wife, it's unseemly.
I'm enjoying this more with the glitches than without.
I have no sympathy for them, because whoever is stupid enough to get tricked by the Americans, no, they get what they deserve, huh? Yes, and a letter to the mayor. Oh yeah, that'll save you.
Boy, that put a different spin on this whole thing.
That is Hector Fellows, this self-righteous newspaper man. Maybe you will kill him for me one day.
That's funny.
Well, we're not paid killers.
Part of what's
such,
extra making me chuckle about this is the Haunted Mansion takes place in New Orleans.
Oh, I'm willing to help in any
This
way
actually
I
could
can,
jokingly be the
within
backstory for the
reason.
Haunted Mansion.
I'm going to pretend to understand what that means.
I meant no offense, sir.
The sleight of hand, by the way, by cutting to us in the
these vulgar people.
I'm not really paying attention to the story, sorry. When they put us in the wagon to get over here, they're able to control what time of day it is.
Wonderful conversing with you, but I can tell that you are very busy, and I won't.
Which is
waste
good,
any
because I think
more
this
of your
whole
time.
level was designed around the idea of it being a nighttime scene. But it's also why I think it looks so pretty, because they have it all balanced.
Days when you could
Very
shoot
nice.
each other and screw cows out on the open range.
Those sure were the days. Good day, gentlemen.
Good day to you. But before you go, what exactly are your plans here?
Well, we've not made any. Well, we are going to need some money.
Money.
His suit looks great. They did a
Well,
really
there's
good job on
only
the
at the trolley
fabric
station.
in this
They keep a
game.
lot of cash there in the day. Now, I could not involve myself in such matters. But you, as a guest, yes, as my guest, bah, do it, huh? Okay, good day, gentlemen.
Goodbye.
Ok, ragazzi, adesso il vino buono.
I hope we don't need to know what those guys look like.
I'll show you to the party, gentlemen.
You know, if I had one bit of criticism for the current generation of, like, virtual actors in this game, I think they should focus on the teeth next, because everybody look like they have shitty teeth. I don't think I've seen a character in this game yet that had really nice teeth, and I'm worried that it's because everything is subtractive, and teeth are interesting because they are translucent, and most people don't. I don't know if most people know that, but they actually glow a little brighter when they react to light. Okay.
Go find the mayor if you can and stay out of trouble and steal nothing unless it's information. Of course. You go find us someplace to rob.
Okay, how am I gonna know which floating glass is him? By the way, the texture work in the ground is very nice, and I love that they put the little carpet there. That's the sort of stuff that would never occur to me. Let's see.
Like some champagne?
Of course. Thank you, sir. You are quite the gentleman.
Is that guy wearing glasses?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ladies, I'll see you next week.
Hello, sir. How's things?
Things are mighty fine indeed.
This is quite a town that you have here, Mr.
Let's go see these huge burgers. Oh, those are pies.
I don't live here. I was here for the poker.
Oh, you play?
Uh-oh.
It's my weakness.
Identical pies.
Perhaps you should have a
See how that little light spot next to the where they cut the pie? Sorry, I'm being a butthole.
Not whipping, sir. Working, and besides, my vice
Why are you
is
hassling
between me and my maker.
Sorry.
I keep winning.
Every gambler says that, Mr.
Evening,
Jameson.
folks. Yes, I
Hello,
know,
sir.
but like I said, the next
Hey, are you the guy behind the whiskey?
Evening, all. For a game too rich.
How do you do?
Hey, we have these plants in LA. And so does the planet Pandora. I'm sorry, the moon Pandora. Here's a fun fact. The planet that Pandora orbits around is called Polyphemus. And I could tell you a funny story about that.
Deep enough for that.
Uh, Polyphemus had to be in the background of all the environments, and there's a monkey called a Prolemerus. And one day when we were trying to update the texture of, oh shit, I lost the name of it already. Polyphemus, jeez. I love how that just came to me and then I lost it instantly. Somebody was having a bit of a dyslexic moment and dragged the Prolemerus onto it, and we just had this moment where we saw, yes, it is Bird of Paradise, you're right. Suddenly we just saw this angry six-armed monkey flying at us coming from the moon, and that caused a bunch of giggling on the stage, and then we got shushed. That's the whole story.
Evening, ladies.
Monsieur?
How you doing?
It's going fine.
Have you ladies seen a glass of brandy floating around attached to an invisible mare? Oh wait, did I already find him? Like I already actually found him? Her dress looks great! Look at that! Yeah, that is oh, beautifully done. They just made the dress a little bit metallic, and that is a type of fabric. Don't know what it's called, but it's pretty.
In the matters of man than in the heads of the intellectuals.
It ain't complex, and you. And only an idiot like you, buddy, would try to make it so.
I will not deny idiocy.
I don't know if I'd say that.
Now is not the time.
I thought they were a West Coast only thing, though. I didn't.
You are drunk, Ferdinand.
I'm not drunk, you fool. But this man loves darkies.
Hey, you are pretty drunk. Yeah, hey, what say you and me cool off?
Whoa, what are we doing?
Get your hands off me.
Oh dear. They should make a game like this where you're taking a cat to the bathtub. Wait, why did I boot him out? Maybe I should have been listening to the story. And I've gotten out of the habit of that with these games, because then it tells you exactly what to do.
The mayor.
Allegedly.
There's quite a place you got here.
That
in that, but we can still put on a good show. Do you know Evelyn Miller?
My lord. The writer?
I wonder if I'm thinking of another... Ooh. I might be thinking of another flower, because there are, like... Palm trees aren't native to LA. I don't know if you knew that. That's actually something that's going to get us in trouble, because they only last about 40 years, and we have not been bringing new ones in.
Excuse me, pardon. Excuse me, pardon. Monsieur, please. Mr. Cornwall was quite insistent, I'm afraid. He shouted down the telephone for several minutes.
Mr. Cornwall is a horse's ass, and a bad horse.
I'm very sorry, sir.
It's not your fault I'm a fool for trusting him. I'll come in and sign it in a minute. Let me enjoy the fireworks.
Of course.
Did he say something about Cornwall? Yes. Find out what.
Just what is your problem?
Hello, ma'am.
Hello there.
Sir.
Hello, mister.
I love how there's a lot of lights in here, but I think they're all balanced, like nicely balanced.
No problems? Everything's fine. We have the place well secured.
Good. Mr. Bronte has a habit of wandering about and reading whatever he likes.
We're watching him and his men like hawks.
Thank you, Mr. Turner.
Give me credit, that was pretty smooth. I used to play a game where you could be a spy and you were trying to like steal the other team's flag. When you're a spy, you can dress yourself to look like you're on their team. The only problem is they would always turn friendly fire off, meaning they could keep shooting me and it doesn't hurt them, right? So it's hard to sneak in. So what I would do is I would change to look like their team and run in backwards. In other words, something outside is what I'm focusing on, and I'm backing myself into the base, and that usually works.
Find that little reprobate Chip and beat him. We will not have standard slip in this house. Have you lost your mind? I said, have you lost your mind? Come here. Come here. Look at me.
I only did that because the game might recognize that as me hiding.
Who do you think you are?
Wow, what a
This
cow.
area is not meant for the likes of you. You know this. Standards in this house are slipping. This is a final warning to you, miss. A final warning. Now get out of my sight.
I heard a ribbit. That door gonna slam shut. Boy, I wish real life had a radar like this. Okay, Doc!
Mr. Leviticus Cornwall.
If only I could read without reading out loud.
Extremely confidential. Very interesting.
I love the sequins on the chair there. Okay. This will not be... I'm sure they will make this part difficult. Something I can't do in real life is orbit my camera. Okay, I see something going on down there. Don't see any other servants. That guy did a pretty good job of convincing the servants to leave me alone. Cool.
Bonjour, monsieur.
Find anything? I think so.
I'm having trouble believing they had electric lights like that back then, but hey, what do I know?
Waste of time. Maybe not. Arthur? Gentlemen, I think we're done here.
Can we have some food? No?
There's plenty of money moves through here, of course, and I think I found out how we can grab some of the big bank.
I do like this room. I would love to live in a house with this sort of thing.
A city bank.
Maybe.
It's funny, it's not quite my style, but the execution of it I love.
That could be the one thing we need.
There's also that trolley car station Senor Bronte told us about, and I heard about a high-stakes poker game. Come on.
A high-stakes poker game. Is that really going to be a mission in this game? I think those are actual candles down there, but I like it.
Here comes Lenny. All right.
Can I have my cell phone back?
Let's get in.
Thank you.
Go home.
I ain't never felt so awkward in all my life. All them folk all so pleased with themselves. Oh, high society's pigeon shit. If you ask me, it's more like torture.
Well, that's sort of the point, isn't it? Let the people torture themselves.
Here's them papers I took.
Anybody see you take this?
I don't think so.
I might have an idea. Let me think on it.
I guess he's going to alter the papers. That'd actually be kind of funny. I saw a TV show where they did something like that once. They transposed the numbers on an address for a legal document. Made a law firm look really bad.
Interesting times.
I guess.
Okay.
So what's next? Dancing lessons? Deportment?
More along the lines of armed robbery. Hosea is handling reconnaissance on the bank. He and Abigail are gonna run some distractions, see how the law reacts.
Good.
Oh, and I spoke to Evelyn Miller. Fine man. Here helping the Indian chief we saw.
Yeah, I met him too, with the mayor.
He's lobbying officials in Saint Denis on their behalf. Maybe we could help.
Maybe.
Now, I think there's a lot of money on the riverboat. A lot of money. And Trelawney, he's investigating for us. He says to meet him at the Taylors.
Okay.
One big score down here, Arthur, and we disappear. We are almost heading home.
Where is home?
I don't know. Exactly. But I can smell it. I'm gonna go investigate this trolley thing old Bronte was talking about.
Okay.
I just don't have it in me to do this line of work. I'm sorry. Feels like a never-ending series of sketches. I mean, honestly, we are not far away from a sitcom. Oh, yeah, I can save my game. Actually, can I do that in here? I'm a little confused about why they tell you to save your game in here. Sorry, I'm just checking up on the news really quick. Just in case anybody watches this video long after I've recorded it, today several churches in Sri Lanka were bombed. And as of right now, nobody knows who did it. And my watch just buzzed telling me there was some info on that, but I don't think we know who did it yet. I just want to look that up real quick because a few hours have gone by since I first heard about it. 200 people killed, 207 is the number I've got here. Coordinated attacks. Uh-oh. Looks like people knew the attack was going to happen and it wasn't acted on, so that's going to be bad. Damn. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm really worried about the backlash on this, because even before this, I'm seeing people being blamed who couldn't possibly have had anything to do with it. And I've had enough of that shit. Welcome back, Mom. I haven't really gone anywhere. Dutch said they're looking into a heist or a bank robbery or something, and so right when you left, my watch buzzed and said that there was still stuff going on in Sri Lanka. Lanka? I think I pronounced it two different ways. And I was just lamenting that I think innocent people are going to get blamed for it. And there's also preliminary stuff suggesting that they knew it was going to happen and didn't act on it. So the Prime Minister said something like, I didn't know anything about this. So that's... I feel like this is going to be a long-term sort of thing.
Hello, boy.
I just hope this doesn't turn into a big blaming people who had nothing to do with it sort of thing. because there are some people on my Facebook list who I cannot get rid of who have opinions like that often. And I am just not looking forward to that, because I also have a friend who wears a hijab, and she and her husband, they go to work and they have a life. That's what they do. They every day go home. You know, they go to their job, go home, take care of their kids. You know, but because of that hijab, people think they have some sort of right to harass them, and that has happened a few times. And just to clear this up, and I don't think it's coincidental, the last 2 years have been far worse. And I do not appreciate that, because I know this person, and I know that, yeah, I know that they would not support that sort of action. It just pisses me off that everybody's looking for an easy way to identify the bad guy, and it is not as simple as that, and I wish they would just get rid of that concept. This is where they would store my Diet Coke. Oh, I'm so tempted to get some of that right now, but I've only got 20 minutes left, so... Oh yeah, I gotta go in 20 minutes, by the way. Who said my name?
Mr. Morgan.
Ooh, there you go.
I've been wanting to ask you something.
Sure.
I've been wanting to for days.
Okay.
Okay. What is it?
I can't remember. Oh, this frightful curse. I've ruined my life with it.
Then stop doing it.
Oh, no, sir. I can't do that. Really. I can't.
Good morning, Arthur.
Okay.
Morning to you.
Hi there.
Don't even know what to do with that. Why do I think that was inspired by something that happened, like, on Facebook? I'm not trying to be funny. I've got a problem. Well, here's a direct solution to it. No. Like, well, okay. Sorry for the dead air here. I'm responding to somebody because that reminded me of something. Really trying to help a friend of mine here, and their reasons for not doing something that would really be helpful are not quite sufficient. Oh. Sorry. Okay. Sorry. Sorry for the dead air. Okay. I doubt the stew's ready. Okay. Well, let's see what my options are. Every time I follow Dutch around, it progresses the story, and I'd rather just check on some of these. See, look. Like, what's this? Yeah, okay, I know what that is. Alright, there's a stranger here. I guess. See, I think what's going to happen, I think we're a couple of missions away from suddenly heading this way. So we'll cover this side of the map, and then I think after we cover that side, then we get back to here. And that'll be the climax of the game. That's what I assume. I mean, I guess I can just go see Mary Beth. Alright, I'll go see Mary Beth. Might be my last mission, but unless it goes really quickly. Let's see.
Hello, Mary Beth.
Oh, how are you, Arthur?
Fine. How are you?
Well, I'm well, I think. It's been quite a run we've had, but we're still alive.
So, no regrets?
Regrets for what?
Well, for joining this band of maniacs.
If you're a girl without means in this world, life is very scary. You boys cared for me before no one cared for me. Well, life weren't very nice, Arthur. Not after Mama got typhoid, and that was a long time ago.
Jeepers, I need a little bit of a
What about
translator
you?
with her.
I heard you ran into that Mary girl.
Yep.
I'm having trouble believing he lit that off of shiny
Got me
steel.
thinking how that all ended. Long time ago now.
What happened?
By the way, when did my hat rematerialize?
She didn't love me enough, I guess.
I feel like I got it
I
back
wouldn't
after
change.
we were at the Haunted
Well,
Mansion.
she was a fool then, Arthur.
Well, she put a lot of good years in on an outlaw. She definitely was a fool.
In these books, life seems so simple, but in reality, I can't make head nor tail of it.
Mr. Morgan! Mr. Morgan, we have a problem. A real problem. It's Tilly.
What?
She's been taken by them Foreman brothers she used to run with. Come along!
The Foreman brothers, what are they doing here?
Well, I don't know what they've been doing here, but I can tell you what they're going to be doing here. Dying.
Sure. Do we need more guns?
You and I can handle this, Arthur.
Arrows?
Where are we heading?
I'll tell you on the way. Just get going.
No time to discuss this. We gotta get going.
All right, head for Rhodes. And quick.
She's in Rhodes?
No. She's at a place called Bradley's house, just west of there.
How do you know?
When we first got here, she told me she was worried that our camp was near a safe house that gang she ran with used from time to time.
Watch your head, Granny.
Old Dutch?
No. She spoke to me in confidence. I suppose I didn't think it would be a problem.
And now it is.
Oh, yes.
Go.
What do they want with her anyway? I think I saw one of the foremans hassling her and Valentine.
Yes, they probably followed us down here. You don't know what happened? She killed one of them, for good reason, but clearly they don't see it that way.
To be fair, they could have easily just wandered over here
Young
because
Tilly Jackson
not
isn't
that
as
far
sweet and
away.
innocent as you might think. But like I say, she was defending herself. She fled and fell in with us right after that. I just hope we can get to her in time.
It's not too far.
If they've touched a single hair on that girl's head, I will eviscerate the sons of bitches.
See?
Jeez.
You do care, Miss Grimshaw.
Of course I care. About all of you fools. Some just require a
She strikes me as a teacher, and him calling her Miss whatever her name is isn't
I
helping.
swear half of you were just rotting your own filth if nobody kept you in check. Okay, I think that's the place up ahead.
She's got a point. I love all that grass on the ground. It looks great.
I think there's a guard.
I'll deal with him.
Bring me another 4 feet closer.
Whoa.
Okay.
Kind sir, we're lost and in need of some help.
Get out of here.
Oh, I see.
I didn't bring a
that
rifle or
face of
anything.
yours, and I know that for the right inducement, a gentleman such as yourself could be mighty kind.
Now get out of here.
Oh, now you keep saying that. But you don't mean nothing by
I
it.
said.
You said your last word.
Oh, Vulcan neck pin. Oh,
Get in there and find our girl.
I didn't see the knife until she pulled it out. I thought she Vulcan neck pinched him. Ugh.
What the hell? What the hell you think you are?
That does not sound good. Why did I drop my gun? I probably could have hogtied him.
Now, let's get you out of here.
I thought there was...
What'd they do to her?
No matter what you thought, it's okay. All right, let's go.
Oh, come along, miss.
What did they do to her?
What happened?
It was Anthony Foreman. He thinks he owns me.
I remember. Where is he?
He went out hunting or something. There were 5 of them, I think.
Well, we killed those fellas there.
Did they have her clean out the fireplace or something?
Shoot him! Oh, don't worry, I'll be just fine. Now catch that bastard. The one in the ball. Bring him back alive. I ain't done with him yet.
All right, get after them.
I bonded.
We're coming for you, you bastards! They think they're getting away. They got another thing coming. They're heading down the hill to the water.
Why can't I get them?
There they are by the shoreline. Let's finish these scum. We can't let these animals get away.
I think I did something the game didn't expect. I ran along the road because horses run faster on the road.
Now, keep on the others.
Oh, I'm only supposed to kill them. Got it. Okay.
Stay right on their tail, Arthur.
Look at the way she's riding. That can't be comfortable.
Seconds to regret what you did. Come on, we've got him now. All right, I think that last one's the boss. Lasso him and we'll take him back to Tilly. Don't let him get away. Don't kill him yet. I want Tilly to have the last word on this bastard.
Yep, they've made it very clear. Thank you.
Go on, rope that bastard.
Come here.
Tractor beam.
Now make sure you tie him up real good.
Come on.
Quick, get after him.
Come on, just do it.
Make these nice and tight.
All right, you bring that bastard back to
Oh,
Tilly
dear.
so we can all have a nice little chat. I'm gonna head over there now to check she's okay.
Wait. Oh, okay.
I'll take his horse. He won't be needing it no more.
Where's my horse? I don't want another transient horse. Ah. Okay, well, your name's Spot.
Comfortable enough for you? Come on now.
Check it out. I got a Dalmatian horse.
You have the first idea what you're getting into. I'm Anthony Foreman.
Well, thanks for the introduction, Anthony. Is that Foreman with an A? I want the Undertaker to spell it right.
Funny bastard.
That could be a Doctor Who joke. Believe it or not.
Shit.
She didn't tell you?
I'm gonna go.
Tell me nothing.
Hang on. I wanna loot this body.
Don't feel so good when you're the one tied up, does it?
She killed my goddamn
Betty or
brother.
Bart?
Oh, don't worry. You'll be seeing him soon enough.
What are you gonna do with me?
I ain't sure yet. Reckon I'll let Tilly decide what you deserve.
Here's a fun fact about Doctor Who.
She's a liar.
Shut up.
You're wasting your time with that girl.
In the very first episode of Doctor Who, he landed in, I think it was Foreman's junkyard or something like that. And oh, I think that's a girl horse. I don't think we have the built-in thermometer on this horse. So the show had the TARDIS landed in Foreman's, I think it was a junkyard or something like that. And in the 25th anniversary, they landed there again, and there was inconsistency about whether or not Foreman was spelled with an E. And I'm just kind of wondering if that inspired that little remark that he made. I'm not riding fast because I'm trying to get there fast. I'm riding fast because, like, that's got to be uncomfortable for him. Now, before I hand over this guy, I'm going to go loot these other guys because I'm predicting a cutscene. This game likes finding creative ways to prevent me from looting. By the way, that kicking that door in is satisfying when you know there's somebody in trouble. Hey, gun oil! Might be a bit of a stretch that Foreman thing was a Doctor Who reference, but I will say it's driving me crazy that there hasn't been a Back to the Future reference yet. Somewhere there's got to be a Back to the Future joke in here somewhere. I mean, they sort of did a Green Mile joke.
Alright. Here's your man.
Bring him here. Dump him on the ground here. I want to get a good look at this monster.
Enjoy.
Here we go.
Here. You can have him. Down! Down! Oof!
So he's still alive then?
You told me to!
Yes.
You told me to!
Girl, you leave her alone.
She killed my cousin.
Your goddamn cousin had it coming, Anthony Foreman. I don't care if she shot your daddy and cooked your mama for breakfast. She's mine. She ate yours.
You know, a friend of mine, he always says, revenge is a fool's game. Now, you want all your boys dead? She had her reasons.
We was family, Tilly Jackson.
You Foreman boys ain't no kind of family I want.
Kill him, Arthur.
You want that?
I want him to go away and tell the remaining of his cousins and the clowns he rides with to leave me alone.
Now, you think you can do that, Anthony? Or should I slit your throat and just save us all the bother?
I'll leave you alone. History is done.
History is
Some
never
artist
done.
had to make sure that that
What'd you
knife
call
wasn't
Arthur?
penetrating the model.
But I'd slit his throat. Go on. Let's get
We're in good Arthur mode here. If I ever play this again, I'm going to make all the dark decisions. But here I went for the light and let him go. How did I get another horse? Ugh. Come on, Spot. Ugh. I'm not part of your games, human. Alright, I'll take the horsey here. My horse just decided to go back to camp. And then I guess I'll own another... Whoa! Is that a cow? What's the dealio here? Well, nothing to click on, so... Alright, I'm gonna make my way back. I'll dock this horse. I'll pretty much be done unless something exciting happens along the way. I gotta think about finishing my evening here. I almost didn't get to play this today. That came dangerously close to happening because, like I said, my office isn't quite at a livable state right now. It's a little hoarder-ish right now. It's because I've got a bunch of... It's hard to explain. I just have a bunch of stuff out that needs to be tidied away. Yeah, well, I'm going to put it all back together in a different way, and so I have to have things out. Me and my wife are actually in a furniture shopping mode right now. I think that will help too. We never really got around to getting furniture. Like, we got a handful of things, but not like... We never got around to buying the stuff you use to put stuff away. We always just kind of relied on closets for that, and so we're in the process of correcting that oversight. We also have a robotic vacuum. It's not a Roomba, but it's like one. So we just call it the Roomba. You know what's kind of cool about that? You could just, like, set that off to go do whatever it's doing. And you could do that. You could have it do that while you're like in another room in the house. And even if it's only doing a minor job, it's still perfectly fine. Oh, I should hitch him. Like, it's better than doing nothing, you know? And I emptied it out, and it definitely picked up a bunch of stuff. We had to move our chairs, and chairs somehow collect fluff under them, and so that's what the not Roomba took care of. Okay. I already have one too many horsies. Oops.
Come on, girl.
Hitch. Yeah, you butt. There we go. I don't even know what to do with that. Wow. Shire is like taller than the other horses. Look at that. It's kind of weird. Actually, why is that? Can I actually get on this horse? Are you referring to the Roomba?
Let's go, boy.
I don't quite get that. Oh, are you talking about that story where somebody was hearing a commotion in the bathroom, turned out it was a Roomba? Sorry, that took me a second. I didn't get the reference right away. Okay. Wow, that went from looking pretty to scary. That's interesting. What's going on out here? Okay, I'm gonna save my game. I've got one little thing I'm gonna try here. My bedroom here has an interesting feature. I'm not sure I've used it, or maybe I used it once and I'm just not remembering right now.
No.
I love that kid.
Worried your mother half to death.
Where is that dollar sign?
Come here, we're stuck in the shit now, Mr. Morgan. In the shit. We're drowning in mud.
For a man of the cloth, you have quite a way with words.
Words are the very least of my problems. The very least.
I'm sure.
I don't agree with that. That's twice you've come up and bugged me about something, and it's not clear what you're actually on about.
Okay.
What do here? No.
Long time ago, we lost this fella.
Can I just put everybody on mute? You think a shark took...
No, it wasn't directly relevant. I was just making conversation.
I don't think anybody here knows how to use their words.
I think you'll be fine.
Yeah. Trust Arthur. He's usually right.
Okay. Thank you.
Anytime.
Right. Okay. I think that flashing icon means we can go rob a coach or something. I really don't want to. How wild is that? I actually don't want to rob in this game. Now, when I decide to be evil Arthur, I definitely want to do all that, but for right now, I'm just like, nah. So my... Oh, I'm going to save my game one more time since I just ate. My... bedroom? I keep wanting to call it my office, which is inappropriate. My bedroom here has a feature to travel quickly. By the way, I'm going to point out something about these doors. These doors are actually identical, but because one has the handle on the other side... Oh, wait. Yeah, the handles are on opposite sides. So it's harder to tell that those are actually identical. But notice the stain here. Oops, not what I meant to do. But notice that kind of L shape of the stain next to the keyhole. Got the same one here. I'm doing a project right now where I have to be extra careful about stuff like that. Fast travel. Wait, where'd it go? There it is. I also just want to go on the record and say I'm not teasing about it. I'm spotting it. I'm just talking about it since I'm spotting it. But it's kind of funny to me because I think what they did to distract you from it is really, excuse me, it's really good. I wonder if they actually made the decision to flip that door just because of that. Oh, really? Huh. That's that white spot on the map where I'm not allowed to use weapons. That's where I did one of the treasure things. Horse shit! And it's warm outside. Oh yeah! I honestly don't remember, Mom, if I told you, but since I'm recording the video, I'll go ahead and talk about it. A couple of weeks ago, I actually got shat on by a bird. I was getting lunch with a friend of mine, and all of a sudden, splat, right on my arm. So we very quickly had to go find, there was a Starbucks nearby. I was able to grab a napkin, right? But the part that apparently made it disgusting both to my friend and to my wife when I texted her was when I went, "Ew, it's warm!" So that was the TMI part of it, and I just thought I would share that with the internet for perpetuity. Oh, start the waterfall! I know why it did that, and it's funny. It's a nice little montage. Wow, look at that. Pretty sure I'm not allowed to use my weapons here, right? I'm on the lookout for that weird shaped mountain. Damn, I don't even remember why I was here. I have a recollection of going to this spot on the map, but I don't remember these teepees or anything. I don't know if I've actually been here before. I'm not really sure what it takes to unlock it either. I can tell you that I've unlocked half. So it said there were 26 options and only 13 were available. Okay, I'm really close to signing off here, but I'm just going to look around, because if I found that mountain... That's something kind of interesting on the map. Oh, I see. That's what I was looking at. It's just a little crayon mark to let me know where the nearest road is. Cool. I'm not sure I actually wanted to be here, but... Where the fuck am I, actually? In a weird way, I think I made something visible on the map I couldn't see before. I read that as Bacchus Bride. That is the worst G I've ever seen. Bacchus Bridby. I think that was supposed to be a, I don't know what that was. I'm almost certain it's supposed to be a G, but I think they did a terrible job of... So how about I head there, just look at the mountains real quick, and then I'll log off. You know, if the weather here was like this 24, wait, no, never mind, it's 40 degrees, fuck that. I was gonna say this would be a nice place to live if it had temperate climate. It does not! Yeah, I'm really spoiled by Southern California.
Stay calm.
Alright. Watch out for the puppy. Do what I tell you, horse. You'll be fine. Quit. I'm not the one moving my camera like that. My horse is really freaked the fuck out.
Easy. Whoa, whoa. There, boy. There.
Oh, shit. That other horse doesn't care. Oh, interesting. Oh. Actually, can I help him? Ah! Whew. That other guy should thank me.
Easy, boy. It's okay. Whoa, take it easy there, boy.
Here, have a treat. Have a treat. Want a treat? Okay, let's go ahead and skin this fucker.
Just give me a minute, boy.
Okay, I'm gonna do you a little favor, horse. You can have the remains of your vanquished mortal enemy on your butt. I don't know how you feel as a horse about that, but as a human, I would say win. Boy, when I pick up this game next week, I'm gonna be like, how did I end up here? Oh, I can't go up there. I'll try. I'm not gonna miss that wolf carcass if it disappears. Not even sure why I'm carrying it. Ooh, these rocks look gorgeous. Find a path! Go! There we go. Well, this is terrible. There's like nothing up here and it's about to start raining. Actually, though, I still have a little bit of habit from Breath of the Wild. If this were Breath of the Wild, I would risk going sledding all the way down the mountain just because of the rain. Oops. Sorry, horse.
That'll help you.
Dumb thing is, I have a very shallow reason for going up this hill. Get on the horse. Okay. I'm trying to get some altitude here because I want to look for that hill. Back. I can't actually say for certain that the rain isn't making this worse for me, but in Breath of the Wild it was really clear that the rain did this. Like, there was an icon indicating that that was why you weren't climbing up the mountain. Oh no! Okay, you stupid horse. Honestly. Am I just not allowed up there? I don't believe that. Wait, where am I? Yeah, I'm not up far enough. Oh, this is just infuriating. I just want to get on top of this. Jump. Ah! The horse was like, not so easy, is it, fucker? Okay, fine. Get on the horse. Arthur! Wow. I don't know if you saw that, but I was hovering when I did that. Okay, fine. Let's go swallowing back down the hill. By the way, whoever did the scattering pattern of the rocks on the ground did a very nice job. In fact, it makes me want to go to my computer and try something in Maya. So I think there's a tool that does that. I don't know why. I'm one of those people who's resistant to using tools or stuff like that. And I really shouldn't be, because there's no good reason for it. It's just some weird little part of my ego that's like, I want to be able to do something like that without tools. And there's part of me going, why the hell would I want to not use a tool? I hate that. There's just a little bit of ego about not being reliant on tools like that. And it's like, well, yeah, but that means I can't do as much as another artist. That's stupid. Uh-oh. I remember this place. Oh, bother. Hang on. Wait, no, no, no. Why did I do that? I think that's the one. Yes. Fuck you.
Get back.
I'm pretty sure Doggy would have left after the first shot. Little sleight of hand there. Pretty sure they cut to that view so that, like, they could disguise the fact that I'm peeling skin off this. Okay. I'm gonna make some stew. Heard a story about a guy who was at Yellowstone or a place like that, ended up falling into a spring like that, and they couldn't get him, and his body eventually just dissolved in the water. At least that's the way I understand it. I hope I'm not telling the story wrong, but can you imagine that as a way to go? Like, well, if you ever want to visit my resting place, just go to Yellowstone National Park and stay behind the cordon. That made my controller shake, by the way. The, whoops, dang it. The geyser erupting there actually made my controller shake. That was a nice detail. Alright. I'm telling you, just bring a spoon to the spring here and you have some nice wolf stew. Timber wolf stew. I said stool. I guess I'm not wrong. Okay. I'm gonna say goodnight.
Hey, boy.
I'm gonna save my game and then I think it'll be amusing. My reaction when I get on this next time might be amusing. We'll see if I remember. I always have a little bit of amnesia because I play this like once a week, and I always have a little bit of amnesia about what led me here. I think this will be a good one. Can I jump over it? Woo! Oh, well.
Whoa.
No Dukes of Hazzard moment for me. Okay. Time to say goodnight, and goodnight.